Alright guys, so you've made this awesome off-grid solar battery system for your RV, but you're not a full-time RVer. And you're sitting here and you're like, well, my battery's fully charged, still got tons of sunlight going on, I'm still charging tons of voltage right now, wattage. What do I do with all this extra power and all this system when I'm not using it? Because I'm not a full-time RVer, I don't live in my RV all the time. My system, even in the winter right now in January, isn't making a ton of power. I've got like 1,000 watts of solar hooked up to it over my loads, which is basically the refrigerator, and a little bit of parasitic loss from my inverters. I'm still making like 500 watts. Still 500 watts going into the batteries. It's showing that it's full. I don't think it actually is totally full, but that's okay. But I had a thought of, well, how can I make the most out of my investment and get the most out of my usage? So this is what I came up with. Here, this is the manual for it. I bought this grid tie inverter that's designed to work with 12 volt batteries. So they have options where you can hook it up solar, or you can hook it up directly to battery. I got the battery version, and I've got it temporarily hooked up right there, the little blue guy. I've got it hooked up to my loads so that my shunt and everything will show what's going on with it. I've got a little breaker hooked up there. Of course, this is only temporary. This is just proof of concept. But anyhow, point being is I've got it hooked up and I can go over here and I can shut the load off, or shut the power supply off to it. So power's on, and then I've got it hooked up to this extension cord which goes to my house. Over here at my house, I've got a watt meter set up so you guys can see. Right now it's not pulling anything, it's not producing any power. Go over here, flip switch on, boop. Dill lights up, and it's adjustable. I've got it turned all the way up right now, which this little unit does not make tons of power. But come back over here, now I'm sending 232 watts into my house, back feeding my loads in the house, which right now I don't think is that much. My regular solar system is probably producing everything I need, but I can sit here and draw this extra off my batteries and get more use out of my equipment while I'm not using my trailer. Now, like I say, this is just proof of concept. I'm going to actually mount some of this stuff after I get done testing it, make sure it's something I want to use. And then what I'm going to do is I have time of use metering, so I'm going to take and hook this up with a Wi-Fi smart outlet, so that it will basically only supply power when my cost of energy is the most, which is like from 4 to 9 or 4 to midnight or whatever, which is it's like 48 cents a kilowatt. So I can shave some of that peak time off using that, because at that point in time my AC is not doing anything. I'm not charging my electric car, not doing any of those things, and while I'm not using my RV, I can make the most out of my system. So anyhow, like I say, just food for thought. Just and these things are not expensive. There'll be a link in the description to it. I've seen these go for as cheap as like 80 bucks and stuff like that. This one was specifically designed to work with batteries. It's got a battery switch here at the bottom, if you can see that underneath the blue light, where you can switch it to battery, so the MPPT doesn't start tracking solar and all that other kind of stuff. It just basically runs at a predetermined output. This will actually produce double off solar that it's producing off of the battery, but with the way I have it configured right here, I'm just using my extra battery juice. So reason behind this is, like I said, it's like a time of, it's basically I'm turning my battery bank that's just sitting idle in my trailer, not doing anything, and basically turning it into a time of use battery system that I can use year round when I'm not using my trailer. And in the summertime, it'll be even better because I'll turn this thing on at like noon every day, because once my batteries get peaked out, I'll just kick it on and let it trickle off of these batteries and trickle power into my system just to offset some of my cost. Now, if we come back over here, you'll see I'm still 300 watts is still going in to my batteries right now. So that's just the extra solar charge. Like I say, I have this thing turned all the way up. Now, I wish I had a way to be able to do both of these at the same time. But I can just go over here, flip this dude off. And see, now I'm putting 500 watts into my system. So I said I'm just shaving a little of the peak off. I said the batteries are just about completely peaked out right now. I think this battery monitor is just slightly off. I've topped these things up and drowned them all the way down before multiple times, and it's just it doesn't seem to be really super spot on, but it works. But yeah, other than that, my system's working great. Like I said, I need to do more tidying with the wires, clean some stuff up. When I finally finalize the way I want this system, I think I'm going to put the false wall back in. I need to put some battery straps in to hold everything down. A lot of cable management, stuff like that. But I was just on Amazon the other day and saw this, and I was like, hey, let's give this a shot. So anyhow, if you guys are interested in any of these products, link is in the description to all these products. This cool little there it is, searching. Boop. Solid, producing power. And it has a little fan on it too if it gets too hot. There it is, making power again. 232 watts. It would probably be a little better if I wasn't running such a long extension cord on it, but it's what I had. But like I said, anyhow, cute little device. More testing to come, but I think it's gonna work just fine. Honestly, I'll probably mount it up here, and then I might even go and put a gland or something through and put just a plug where I can make it easy just to plug in anywhere, and backfeed my house and send some power out to the grid and shave a little bit of peak. So anyhow, just a quick little video. If you guys got any questions, comments, leave them down below. I try to answer as many of your guys' questions and comments and stuff with actual videos. But yeah, like I said, this is just like a little proof of concept. I mean, I might even go farther with this once I see how well the system's going to work out in the summer. I might go and put a 1 kilowatt grid tie inverter on this system. But this is one of the few that I've seen that actually say, hey, look, I'm set up just to work straight off batteries, and I've got a 12 volt system that's obviously massive, and it's actually going to get a little bigger. I think I'm going to put two 300 watt or 300 amp hour watt cycle 12 volt batteries in parallel in this system as well, and that way I just have tons and tons of headroom. But anyhow, yeah, the system has been running flawlessly with the auto transfer switch, I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever, with the exception of I had a dip switch setting where one of my inverters wasn't charging the way I thought it should, and it turned out I had the dip switches set backwards. But once I fixed that, it wasn't a problem. But anyhow, yeah, let me know what you guys think. You think it's dumb, you think it's genius, whatever. Leave your comments down below. Anyhow, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.